Welcome, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Saugatuck City Council meeting for September 13th, 2021. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Clerk, please call a roll. Here.
Elgin.
Here.
Here. Lewis.
Here.
Second. All those in favor of the motion say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, unopposed. Regular council or regular scheduled meeting of August 23rd. You have a motion?
Sure. Move to approve the council minutes, August 23rd, 2021.
Okay, we have a motion by Lewis, seconded by Stanton to approve the minutes as presented. Any other questions, comments, corrections?
I've got a quick question on page 4. Is it truly the person's name is Jeff Calhill?
Yes, later.
Yeah. I think it's Calhill, yeah. Later.
What did you say his last name is?
Slayer, S-L-A-Y-E-R. You got that, Padley? Okay. Any other comments from council? If none, all those in favor of adopting the motion as presented, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Opposed, none opposed. So carried. Am I?
Got the volume down.
Okay, I hear me. No problem. For the audience benefit, we're kind of experimenting with a hybrid Zoom meeting, trying to not only do it in person, but also get it out there for our citizens. And it's kind of a work in progress. So bear with us. Appreciate it. The next order of business then is to approve accounts payable this evening. But have a motion, yes.
I move to approve accounts payable in the amount of $1,479,030.77.
Okay. We have a motion on the table to approve the accounts payable. Where's the amount for our tax, pass-through tax? It really isn't itemized, is it? Public schools. Again, the always like to make the comment that, oh, there it is. Of the $1,479,000 we're approving this evening, $1,415,000 is for our pass-through taxes. This is a time of year where we collect taxes for the city and other taxing entities. And so we're not really spending or have that much money to spend on our own. So always like to make that note for our viewers and public audience and the audience in attendance. So any questions on any of the bills? If not, can I have a motion on the, or a vote on the motion? All those in favor, I'm sorry. All those in favor of the motion as presented, say yes.
Yes.
Yes, opposed? None opposed, so carried. Okay, next order of business. Do we make a motion on the register for information only? Yes, so unless there's some questions on the check register as presented, it's really a supporting documentation for some of the items that appear on accounts payables. If none, no questions, we'll continue moving on. No mayor comments this evening. City manager comments.
Mayor, the city manager's report is in the packet, page 12. We did have a chance to discuss the manager's report at the workshop, your last workshop. Happy to address any questions if you have.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
this is just a little more information. Archie over the trees.
all right, I did drive down Butler today and there were a lot of lights being tested, so that's good, that's good. Any other questions on the
manager's report, other questions for the city manager tonight?
No update on our temporary traffic light yet. Temporary traffic calming site.
I'm sorry.
We should not.
Okay, if no further questions for the city manager, we'll move on. I am going to request approval of making an agenda change, item 13E, resolution appreciation for Deputy Crudoff. We'll move that up to 10C after we hear a report from Allegheny County Sheriff's Department, Brett Ensfield. So there's no problems with that. We'll move on. And we have no report this evening from Saugatuck Township Fire District. Moving on, Allegheny County Sheriff's Department, Brett. Yes. Oh, yeah, I did. I checked it off too. My bad. Okay, let's back up. Not having a good idea. Not a good night so far. Okay, I'm sorry. This part of the meeting is the opportunity for the public to address City Council on any agenda items appearing. Those who wish to address council, please step to the podium, state your name and community of residence, and limit your comments to 3 minutes.
My name is Linda Escott, ESCOTT. I reside at 863 Holland. I'm here for 2 reasons. The first reason
is a concern I have about bikes on sidewalks. And I'm not talking about cyclists who cycle a lot. There's not a lot of sidewalks here in Saugatuck. And
sidewalks are not very wide, and you have
children on bikes, you have women and men with strollers, you have visually impaired people
like me,
dogs, you have walkers, you have runners, and then you have bikers. And about a month ago, I got together with Garn and I told her about this, and she told me
to come here.
I almost got hit twice by a bike. Coming up behind me, no farther than
Scott is from me. And there's no, excuse me, there's no, hey, coming up on your right, because they're not people who are cyclists, they're vacationers who are just out to rent a bike because it's something you do on vacation.
So
So that's my one concern. There used to be a sign just north of my house that said, no bicycles on the sidewalk.
Of course, there were bicycles on the sidewalk, but there weren't a whole lot of them. In the last couple of years, it's just disappeared. I don't know if somebody took it down or whatever, but
Especially during the season, it's really difficult, and it's not, I don't think it's any wider than a yardstick, the sidewalk.
And with all the activity going on, especially during the season, it's just a danger. Sometimes I think it's safer to walk down Holland Street with my dogs
Than it is on the sidewalk some days. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is, in January of 2021, while we were out
in our houses, and the restaurants were having a really hard time, the interurban took
it upon itself to help keep them going, but also to help the restaurants to offer a takeout delivery
service. And you can call any restaurant in the tri-community area and they do service. You could order your meal, pay for it,
give the interurban a 30-minute heads up,
and they would go to that restaurant, pick it up, deliver it to your door within 10,
15 minutes. I did it a lot. The joke was, where's Linda ordering tonight?
Because I did it a lot. And
I never had a cold meal. So they did it for the same amount of money it would have cost.
Get on the interurban, go over there,
Pick it up, take it home. $2 round trip. So they didn't charge extra money. It was just a service, and they was supposed
to go to the end of March, and I
think they finally ended it May 31st. So I think it would be really nice for the city of Saugatuck to somehow recognize them for their
help with the restaurant industry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wish to address council? Go ahead. Again, I kind of let Linda go because she was on a roll. But at this stage, we're just asking to comment on agenda items only. There'll be a second opportunity at the end of the meeting to address council on any other topic that you wish.
One topic. My name is Severin Nowicki. I live actually very close to Linda, 790 Simonson Drive. And I'm a new, kind of new business owner here in town in Wall Street. I did open up a small boutique, tattoo boutique. And the issue I'm trying to raise today with you is that actually something you mentioned on right now, before it's about the lighting and the lights for Christmas. It seems like the town spends a lot of effort to make the Butler Street very, very cute. And there is very little down to Water Street done it. And my business is on Water Street. You know that after the Labor Day, the tourists are kind of out, gone, and but I'm still open. I would still have to survive. I have business. So what I'm trying to get from you here today is to actually put some effort on Water Street as well as you do on the Butler, because the Butler is fine on its own. People here, I hear a lot from people coming to my store saying that, hey, I didn't know there are stores on the streets, period. Not just me, it's about other businesses as well. So we only have to go streets to this town. I think we can afford to put lights on both of them. I think it's fair. We both, all of us pay taxes. We maybe not pay to the city, but we pay other taxes and we employ people and create business. I think it would be nice for the city to actually approach all of us the same way. Not just the Butler Street. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your comments. Not the first time the city council has done. That request has come up. So thank you for your comments. Anybody else wish to address the council this evening? Okay. If none, move on now to report from the Allegheny County Sheriff Department. Brett?
I'll keep it brief. Up at the high school with the attempted abduction investigation. We're working quite a few leads on that, and our detective bureau is been working on that daily on several investigative leads that they're
Working, that's about it. Everything was smooth this weekend with all the events.
yeah. If anybody has any questions?
I was just gonna ask, I know they said that, there are cameras in the parking lot of the high school. When you say you're getting a lot of leads, was that because somebody recognized the car, or the license plate was caught, or?
There was another incident up at Holland Christian High School that same morning. Prior to that, we were able to gain some footage. I think you see some of the flyers and stuff. Some of the investigative leads off the description of that vehicle through other things, trying to attain a license plate and stuff. So it just takes a little bit of time for all this stuff to believe. So same vehicle description, same physical description. Yeah, very, very close in proximity of time. So pretty much the time it took to drive down here. So. Yeah.
Can you follow up on the communications that have occurred with parents and students at the school? Have you all been in communication, or have you worked?
We worked with it. I've been talking to Dr. Travis on the leads that we've had, and we're just letting the school communicate out with everybody, so forth. So yeah, I think it's better to have one front of one, because most parents are going to go towards the school A's and so forth. So, and they do a great job. I told Dr. Travis that. Actually, the day of the incident that happened, I was off, and I saw the thing come out, and I had full faith that they were handling it correctly. So,
I've heard great comments from parents about it.
Yeah, been talking to them quite a bit about it. Yep, and updating them on anything, and vice versa. So,
Yeah, any other questions? Thanks, Brett.
Yep.
Appreciate it. This point of the meeting, ask Jason to maybe stand at the podium. This evening, Jason, we'd like to recognize you for your heroic actions. Early Saturday, August 21st. Incident that we're all, agree with that unfortunately didn't turn out the best, but it's not because of your efforts. And so the council would like to offer this resolution, and I'll read this. And so this is resolution number 210913-A, a resolution of appreciation to Deputy Jason Krudoff. Whereas the city of Saugatuck appreciates and honors the services provided by Allegheny County Sheriff's Department. Whereas Deputy Jason Krudoff attempted an underwater rescue under extremely challenging circumstances. Whereas the city wishes to express its gratitude for his heroic act. Therefore be it resolved by Saugatuck. The council hereby adopts this resolution of appreciation to Jason Krudoff on behalf of all its citizens. After the 13th day of September 2021, have a motion to adopt this resolution, please. So moved. Second. Okay, so we have a motion by Chester, seconded by Dean. To approve this motion, do we have a roll call vote, please?
Stanton?
Yes.
Trester?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Becken?
Yes. Thank you, Jason. Jason was one of the first deputy, I believe, that came to work for us now over 2 years ago. 2 or 3. Time flies and you're having fun. But hear nothing but great things
Aaron, or Ryan said that he was gonna personally make sure that this is, memorialized for you, but this is also something that we'd like the sheriff's department to put in there for your personnel file, so. Thank you very much. I speak loud. So anyways, we have no guest speakers. Unfinished business. We're having a little bit of trouble getting hold of a couple of members that we would like to discuss their reappointments to boards. We did get a reply from 3 individuals that I'd like to lump together in one motion to, for the council to approve. The following reappointments, Tim Straker to the Historic Commission, Richard Bont to the ZBA, Larry Blows to the library. So can I have a motion regarding that, please? Okay, you got that, Badly?
Yes.
All right. Can I have a roll call, please?
Lewis,
Yes.
Truster,
Yes.
Dean,
Yes.
Becken,
Yes.
Stanton,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll work on the other 2 appointments. We're understanding they're both interested in being reappointed. It's just making connections with them. Go ahead.
Not to be the keeper of the agenda, but did we miss the social district item?
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
I have no confused.
Oh, I was gonna-
Okay, so,
And also.
Yeah, I guess we're looking at 2 different things.
Okay. That's okay.
So 12 and 8. Gotcha.
Is this the, oh, I'm sharing the old one. That would help if
Yeah,
I shared
yeah.
the new one, wouldn't it?
Okay? Try to keep me in line, Ken. You're doing a pretty good job of it. But I think I got you on this one. All right, so we'll round out these appointments at our next meeting. There are no meetings coming up, by the way, that would cause any issues, so that being said. Now moving on to new business agenda items, social district activities. Ryan?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This item is on page 20 in your packet. If that's right.
17 is the cover page. Yep.
17. Discussed at your workshop on Wednesday. Mr. Mayor, do you want me to give a brief background for the benefit of the audience, or?
Yes, if you would.
Sure. So what's being discussed with this agenda item is creating a social gathering space within the social district. So this is a space that people will be able to gather in and play various activities. And we set some parameters for the council to give their approval for letting staff kind of direct how these social gathering spaces will work. And so this is item number 5 on the cover page, which is page 18. There's 4 bullets, and I think that will just kind of highlight what the action the council will be considering tonight. And that would be for staff to work with some non-for-profit organizations to create these spaces and hopefully fund the activities that happen within. All the activities and amenities would be reviewed by the Department of Public Works. I mentioned not-for-profit. Also that we as staff would come and report back to council to let you all know how the activities are working. And then we'd work to the extent possible with local vendors to create some really high-quality games to take place in these social spaces. So with that, Mr. Mayor, the recommended motions that you can get into discussion would be to allow staff to utilize Wicks Park as a social space within the social district to serve as a gathering place with activities, subject to the parameters that I just mentioned, and approve expenditures up to $1,000 by the city.
Okay, we have a motion by Lewis, seconded by Peterson, regarding the recommendation regarding the social district space at Woods Park. Yeah, you mentioned, when do you anticipate following up on this? Is this a thing that's, immediate, or you're trying to get it done by November 1st, Christmas?
Oh, I'd say it'd take us a few weeks. I don't know how quickly we can get the games in place. But we're ready to take some action.
Does this conflict with the setup conflict with your?
I mean, it could be decided to not conflict, because the cookout doesn't take the whole park. It really takes the whole parking lot, excuse me, and then the grass portion up to the gazebo, so you could put the game someplace other than that, and
Or just not install those after the event?
Or I think we could collaborate and use the games to help the cook-off.
What day is the event?
it'll be the Monday after Columbus Day, so I think it's the 10th of October.
Great.
Okay, any other questions or comments by council? Okay, if none, all those in favor of the motion say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? None opposed. We have to start somewhere with this concept. And we'll just monitor and see how it goes and how the public reacts. Moving on, the next agenda item is holiday lights. Touch a little bit about that. But if you have a motion,
There's actually two. Yeah, no, there's two. But based on workshop consensus, the question that I had asked was, is it okay if we activate the lights that we have installed earlier in the season? It seemed like council was pretty comfortable with that, but just to give me some cover, if you could take action on that, which in my package, page 23, is a pretty simple description. And so, I guess the recommended motion would be to activate the seasonal lights soon after installation.
so we'll just leave that up to staff's discretion when they want to put the lights on.
This man also was wrong.
So we should have the motion. Yeah. You make the motion. Chris. Put a motion by Peterson, second by Chester, to approve the recommendation from the city manager on activation of the lights. All those in favor of the motion say yes. Yes. Opposed, none opposed, so carried. Next agenda item.
Mr. Mayor, there's two agenda items related to holiday lights. No worries, just Ken and I are looking out for you. Which is the additional lights at the Wicks Park, if I may. So discussed at the workshop was the idea of, to go with the social gathering space, to put lights at Wicks Park. And as I mentioned at the previous meeting, I did get a cost for that. As Garnett pointed out, I was mentioning using the bistro lights. Garnett said, why don't you just use the tree wrap lights that we use in our other areas? In fact, that's what the vendor quoted. Scott Herbert went out and looked at the existing electrical outlets at some of the trees, well, all of the trees in the Wicks Park space. And so we got a cost to install tree lights at all available outlets. And so that cost was close to $5,000. The recommended motion from staff would be to approve the expenditure up to $5,000 for the additional seasonal lighting at Wicks Park.
Okay, any other questions regarding the lights? Yes.
So $5,000 for the lights at Wicks Park, and I know, we just had public comment about the lack of lights on Water Street. Is there any way to divvy that up a little bit and have some in Wicks Park and a few along Water Street? At least near some of the businesses on Water Street that are open in the off-season. Like halvesies on that. I know, I'm throwing a wrench into things, but I was under the impression at some point we were going to try to get more lights on Water Street, but go ahead, Darren.
Well, unfortunately, I think this is a great start.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to see how someone's responses, and then perhaps the lighting crew can then expand upon that. If that is a good pathway, it's going from not having any to having some.
No, at least light up the park.
Mr. Mayor, I may also, we looked into that last year, and you've got good tree coverage down to our parking lot, right for Balls. And then Balls, past that, you're gonna have to be a little creative to figure out where to hang the lights. That one block just doesn't have much, so you have like one row, and then you have to get on the building. Yeah, I think those three blocks should be something we should shoot for. But again, like Rex said, this is a great
Start with this. Okay, all right, thank you.
Scott?
Yeah, one more thing on there, just on the gazebo, Wicks Park and the gazebo, there may be some relative comments on the gazebo. A lot of us notice that many of the light bulbs, the regular light bulbs are out of the gazebo, or they're like a variety of incandescents, LEDs, fluorescents. So maybe just make note of that, we can also, make sure that this is the place. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
If I could add one thing to that for Ryan. If we have someone just replace that one piece of wax, it looks like a broken tooth on the side facing the street, is that possible?
So lattice work you're talking about?
There's just one that's been knocked out.
So lattice work you're
It's
talking
just, there's just one that's been knocked out. I know we're gonna be right up on that, but in future, just for right now.
Okay, missing tooth. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Without getting too much further into the situation with Park and the gazebo, I do think this is something that's gonna come up at if not probably the next workshop. We've had some preliminary discussions with the city manager. He said there is kind of a plan.
Yeah, so I did get the email today regarding the condition of the gazebo. And I'll push out an email to council tomorrow and to the gentleman who made us aware of the concern. But the Department of Public Works currently is painting new lattice work for the bottom of the gazebo, and they're getting ready to paint the rest of it, just to give it a facelift. And some little bit more detail than you probably want to know, but the lattice is cedar, and so it absorbs the paint, so they're on their like third coat of paint, which they're working on inside the shop. So they've been working on this for a month or so. So change is coming for the gazebo in the way of a facelift.
Okay.
More lights.
Yeah. So, and then I think further discussion, if not to belabor the gazebo, but we have to have a little more in-depth constructive discussion about where we want to go regarding a total project probably, this is kind of an interim, to be honest, it's kind of a cosmetic and for now, but it certainly is overdue. Keep in mind that we wanted to do that this spring. We got caught up with the potential to be a finalist in the Lowe's grant for the Wicks Park, which was like $100,000 or $150,000 grant. We thought we were in a good position to get that. We finished in the top 10, I think, right? But we didn't get the big prize, and so that kind of set us back. And And we're well into the summer. That was in August, actually.
Yeah.
So that's where we got to where we, I have explained that to some of the citizens too. And filling them in with some of the progress that the things we want to do and what we're going to have to look at going forward over the summer. So we'll have some discussions certainly about that in the future.
Yeah, I think the cosmetic repairs that they're about to make are gonna make a big difference for the interim.
Okay, did we do that? We didn't vote on it, did we? So we have a motion regarding the additional 5,000 for Wicks Park and lights. So all those in favor of that motion say yes.
Yes.
Those none opposed, so carried. Now we'll move on to item, new business item, two different funding applications for grants, TAP grant and the National Resources Trust Fund grant, Brian?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next three items on your agenda are related to the non-motorized Blue Star Trail. This particular item is related to being the lead applicant for the Transportation Alternatives Program, which is a federal grant. And then also at the same time, just approve that you're willing to apply for the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund. So the recommended motion from staff is to approve having the City of Saugatuck be the lead agency for the Transportation Alternative Program related to the construction of the non-motorized Blue Star Trail, and to also apply for the Michigan Natural Resources Trail Fund.
Yeah. Approve having the City of Saugatuck be the lead agency for the Transportation Alternatives Program. Related to the construction of the non-motorized Blue Star Trail, and also apply for the Michigan Natural Resources Trail Fund.
Second motion by Dean, second by Stan, to approve the recommended motion regarding the staff and that part of the grants subject to the agency. Any other questions or discussions? We did have some in-depth discussions at our workshop regarding this. There weren't any particular concerns voiced by the council. So, any other comment?
Well, I'll just say that this is the recommendation of the track union, chief of task force, for the Blue Star Trail, just to have that on the record.
Any other questions? If not, kind of a roll call on this bill. Really has to be required. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. Dean?
Yes.
Stanton?
Yes.
Trester?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes.
Beckon?
Yes. A related issue regarding this would be a matching contribution that's being requested for capital costs into rental.
So with the grants, one of the things that the reviewers of the grants will look at is see if the municipalities have skin in the game, and what you are contributing to the capital costs for the project. And so the committee has discussed this as far as what each municipality is willing to put in. The township of Saugatuck decided to put 10,000 in, and actually frame their motion up to 10,000, depending on what the city of Saugatuck puts in, no pressure. And then I'm not sure where Douglas is at the moment. So as you can see in the packet, we left this dollar amount blank, but I do believe the committee was hovering around, they did not exactly make a motion for 10,000. It was there around, perhaps.
I think the committee felt it wasn't in the purview to commit Saugatuck any amount, but I think it favored recommending 10,000 as the amount. And I would move to approve the contribution of $10,000 for the construction of the non-motorized Blue Star Trail in the city of Saugatuck.
Okay, motion by Director, second by Lewis to approve $10,000. Any further comments or questions of council?
Okay, roll call vote, please. Motion.
Truster,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Becken,
Yes.
Dean,
Yes.
Stanton,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, next item also related to the Blue Star Trail in the city of Saugatuck and neighboring communities. Blue Star maintenance agreement. We had the opportunity to discuss this in quite a bit of detail. And our workshop, Council did have a lot of questions, requests for clarification to city manager. So, Ryan, can you explain this to our superintendent, please?
Yeah, happy to do so, Mr. Mayor. Also related to the grant, as you mentioned, should you be so fortunate to get the grant awards and build a trail, the people that give you the money want to make sure that you're going to maintain the trail system that they just gave you some money for. And so you have to have some understanding of how you're going to maintain the trail system. And so the committee reviewed numerous options on the way to do that. And what they're recommending is to join an existing maintenance agreement that exists between Laketown Township, the city of Village of Douglas, and Saugatuck Township. So the city would just join in and share those similar maintenance responsibilities, which at the end of the day, each municipality is responsible for maintaining the infrastructure within their jurisdiction. Wherever there's opportunities for economies of scale with going out for bidding or proposals, those opportunities should be taken. So that's the essence of the agreement. And so the recommended motion would be to agree to join the existing memorandum of understanding regarding the Blue Star Trail maintenance with Laketown Township, City Village of Douglas, and Saugatuck Township.
Okay. Motion by Stan, second by Peterson, to approve participating in Saugatuck existing Blue Star maintenance agreement. Any further comments from council? Ken, can you have anything to add regarding discussions that might have? No, I didn't have anything to add. I think it's been our concept all along, even though we're operating as a private community, cooperative. Each unit should be primarily responsible for maintaining its own trail. I think there's been some discussion about how much responsibility we have to cover the township's part of it and so on, but I believe the operating opinion is that we've got primary responsibility for Saugatuck Trail. We can't be required to maintain other parts of it. Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're correct.
Is there additional clarification? So any other council comments? If not, council have a roll call on this, please. Clerk?
Yes. Stanton,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Becken,
Yes.
Dean,
Yes.
Truster.
Yes. Motion carries unanimously. Next item, final item, new business agenda this evening, the audio visual proposals.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Discussed at your workshop and in your agenda packet is a few recommendations on upgrading our AV system so that we don't have to stare into our laptops at our tables here. And so thanks to the help of Kate White, she collected 4 proposals. We got the last proposal this morning. And what we're proposing to do is have a camera system so that we can all be recorded, and then have a hybrid system where we can hear people talk. This would be for both presentations and a hybrid Zoom meeting situation. And the last proposal that we received today was from Geist, which was option number 4. And they came in $4,000 lower, and we just got that this morning, so it hasn't been pushed out. They came in $4,000 lower, As far as staff can tell, a very apples to apples comparison. We've done their references, they've done work in Ottawa County. In fact, they're the same company that installed these original microphones back, who knows when. So, we do have experience with them. We've talked to other people that have utilized their resources. And so with that, I mean, there's a lot of technical details in these proposals, none of which I'm willing or able to explain. But I can say that we've vetted this process, Kylie's been involved. And I think we're pretty comfortable with making a recommendation, use Geist. I don't know the exact dollar amount. So what I would ask, because it's budgeted, is to just authorize staff to be able to enter into an agreement, which could be executed by the mayor, in an amount not to exceed $22,000.
Mayor? Yes. I move to authorize staff to enter into agreement with vendor to install AV equipment at City Hall, in an amount not to exceed $22,000.
Are we saying any vendor or specifically mentioned budget? Was that the intent?
That was the intent. That was the intent, yeah. So it's okay to mention Geist. That's what you I meant.
Okay. I'll restate the motion. And give the vendor's name again.
Geist.
Vice.
Mhm.
Vice. Mayor, I move to authorize staff to enter an agreement with Vice to install AV equipment at City Hall in an amount not to exceed $22,000. Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion from council?
I just think this is really important for transparency. I'm sure this is very frustrating, not only folks here, but to the folks that are trying to dial in these meetings, with, them not being able to hear, or the audio and the video not being of good quality. So I think they're going to get the transparency is very important if we do it right.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Follow up on that, I think it's really important for people to be able to come in on our workshops too, because like tonight, we don't have a lot of discussions, we're moving through this agenda. But if they're able to get in on Zoom for our workshops, and they see the time that's spent, I think that's very helpful. A lot of people, a lot of people turn out.
Okay. And also add that this has been on the council's wish list for several years. Money has been appropriated. Some
Research was actually initiated under prior city manager.
research was actually initiated prior city manager and staff assistants and then, so a little bit of catch up, and maybe that was good because a lot of technological advances, I think, in this area because of that, so. Yeah, yours truly. Okay, if there's no further discussion on this item, will the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Dean?
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes.
Stanton?
Yes.
Trester? Beckon?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously. This portion of meeting again, we invite public to address council on any agenda or any items they wish to address or want council to be informed of. Please step to the podium, identify yourself and your community of residence, and limit your comments to 3 minutes.
And
Thank
I
you.
live in Glen, and related to the Friends of the Blue Star. Just say a quick thank you, sincere thank you for your support on the motions this evening. And I certainly hope that we are successful. Thanks for serving our community. It's been a lot of effort on everyone's part. Well, he's not here tonight, but I would thank her as well. So.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to address council this evening? Okay, if none, council received several communications that we get these communications from time to time. If it's something that council feels necessary to bring up, usually is either at the meeting or it's something that ends up in a workshop agenda item. So do we have to approve the Knights of Columbus? I thought we had to approve that, the Tootsie Roll sales on the city streets.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, kind of something.
That's good.
What's that?
Yeah, it has to be listed on the agenda.
Well, let's just let you make an administrative decision on,
Just get some council consent.
yeah. Poppies and Tootsie Rolls on the city
Okay,
street.
I can agree with that. Thank
Different
you.
times of the year. I believe the Tootsie Rolls are actually from the Knights of Columbus, for charitable, raising for charitable events.
That's great.
It's been going on since as long as I can remember this now, so.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, all righty, well, let's cover for you. Okay, any other comments and communications by council? Yes, okay. We have any boards and commission reports this evening? Chris?
Planning Commission met, and they approval to the Hotel Saugatuck on Lake Street to change the large garage back into the conference center, that can only be used by guests of the hotel. And then our next meeting on Thursday night will be regarding setbacks, because it's up to residential and commercial.
Okay, thank you. Regarding the planning commission, I'd like to remind the public that we do have an existing vacancy open on the planning commission. I don't know if we've gotten any inquiries yet. I know several of us have been getting the word about, so if there's someone that you know or someone out there who may be interested in at least investigating the position, I'm sure that City Hall, city staff, especially Cindy Osmond, our zoning administrator, would be glad to chat with whoever, so you can always refer those people to Cindy also. No other boards or committees?
Yeah, a couple.
Okay.
So this is our Security Commission, and a couple of things of note. One, which Ryan referred to in his report with Verizon and the small cell tower, approval of the location somewhat in this area. Originally, it was on the light post out here, but we've recommended that it move down across the way where the parking lot is there, or C4. So that's our recommendation. And then also approval of expanding across the way, Butler Street patio, Butler patio, to make that a 2-story outdoor area, if you will, similar to probably what the Marsh looks like. Approve that as well. Those are the cosmetic on the house, continuing on the house down on Holland Street, around the corner of Lucy and Holland. Some nice upgrades that they're making. The recycling committee met. We had a presentation from Karen O'Brien, who's the executive director of the Michigan Recycling Coalition. Really nice presentation to the group on Part 19, which is legislation that's coming through, made it through the House and now is in the Senate, as far as the upgrading of everyone's favorite subject, solid waste. It's really actually quite interesting stuff, but it's sitting in committee. I know, who knows? But it was very interesting. She listed there's just some really nice upgrades that are coming. Allegheny County will be required to update its solid waste plan once that passes the Senate. And that will actually flow down to us, no pun intended, with recycling, sustainability, and a lot of the items the recycling community is taking on, household hazardous waste, all that. So those hearings in the Senate will start in October. So that's the gist of it. There's some other really good stuff coming from the recycling committee, but most of it we know. We'll put our first bucket downstairs here in the city, And the Senate is on its way, it's way out, and there's already a pile down there. So we're anxiously awaiting the next battery bucket. And then after that, we'll be on our own to fund our subscription. The township has gone through theirs and is now on their own, and Douglas has gone home. So folks are on their own to fund and moving forward. And everything I know we're doing that. So the rest still works.
Okay, thank you, Garnett. Scott, what's up? Did we get some painting done? Scraping and painting up in the wall?
Thanks for providing. Yes, the model alternate work group is continuing to make progress on securing and kind of fixing up the radar station. We've got the new fund that was in the budget we are the accounts payable, the repairs. So we believe that's going to stop the water from entering and causing further damage to the radar station. We hope to have the fence repairs completed shortly. Mount Bolden, as we all know, continues to be a challenge in getting materials. The fencing team is having a bit of difficulty locating the necessary equipment to scale up all the equipment. I think that Scott and you, Ryan, may have heard from Scott Gardner regarding that. That's there, but in the interim, the team continues to scrape away diligently at the paint, and you're still hoping to, along with a lot of very kind volunteers, we're still hoping to stay on track and paint this weekend. Stay tuned.
It's a dedicated bunch. It's not easy either. So, any other committee reports? If none,
Actually, this is non-motorized trail committee, and you passed 3 or 4 very important pieces of our recommendation tonight. We are going to be bringing the actual trail layout to council for approval at our next regular meeting, right?
Correct. Oh, sorry. The design will come in work.
Okay.
yeah.
Right. So I just
Right. I'm glad you brought that up because it's something I wanted to make sure that we shared this evening, that, get into the real nuts and bolts at the workshop and see what is being presented to us by the advisory group, and look forward to that. Anything else to add from boards of commission, council comments? Want to go around? Anything to add, Scott?
Yeah. I'd just like to thank the Rotary and congratulate them on a very successful challenge this weekend. And I think they did a really great job with that. And I think that they really marked September 11th, the anniversary of September 11th, in a very appropriate and thoughtful way. And I have to express my thanks to all the first responders that were there for the event. Indeed, it was really nice to be walking up those steps at the end of the race with 2 of the paramedics, one was carrying the defibrillator. So I really appreciate that for a number of reasons. So it's a big thank you. You did a really great job with the event.
Okay, good. Ken? Okay. Lauren? Okay. Chris?
My apologies to Ryan and Scott. I should have been that because covered.
Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you for asking them. And along those lines, congratulations, Ryan and Scott, for completing that.
Without needing it. That's good. All right. And was this your last meeting, Ed? Okay, so I thought I would bring that up and recognize, for those who don't know, that our city clerk is leaving us and going to continue her pursuit of a master's degree. And we're currently actively searching for a new city clerk. So, the city council citizens, I'd like to thank you for the work you've done, and best of luck in the future. All right. Any other comment? Motion to adjourn the meeting? All those in favor, say yes. Opposed, none. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Yeah. You don't need to go to the dog, huh?